Lately I'll be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to turn to. Everything was green light, now we got the red. Could've had somebody else, chose you instead. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. Everything was green light, now we got the red. Could've had somebody else, chose you instead. Okay. Yeah. Lately I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to turn to. Everything was green light, now we got the red. Could've had somebody else, chose you instead. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. Got up in the morning, took a shot, it's a rock. Girl, you left my stomach in a knot. Took my lighter and you burned the bridge. Thought you was a writer, no, you're just an idol. You got me feeling like Big Sean in this 5, 4, 3, 2. I deserve a minute, wait a minute. Gotta get up and over, regain my composure. No longer my lover, finally finished and you did it. Girl, you really showed me, think with your heart, don't think with your body, clever. Sorry not sorry, sorry not Justin Timberlake, write me a river. Lately I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to turn to. Everything was green light, now we got the red. Could've had somebody else, chose you instead. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to.
Check. I want to say manners and respect, and we are live. I just want to say thanks for the Real Entertainment Network for having us. Yeah, and just want to say good night to each and everybody. It's DeTopiks, me alongside Alan Powell, and I want to say maximum respect to Chef Jeffers Lewis for filling in last week. You know what I mean? It was magnificent too. And yeah, and I am here tonight, you know. I'm not the shining light really, but you know, I just balance it off. So I don't know what you say.
Good night. But I want to start off in a kind of thankful mode, like I used to, you know. I thank the people what has give us the word. Especially like when we start late, when we know if something happens and we don't keep a show. Because you're keeping us on with toes, and I am making sure that like we got a little motivation and energy to come and
For
speak to
sure.
y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to appreciate, you know, all of the viewers. Whether you tune in live for the sweetness or you tune in later, you know, when it's more accommodating in the morning when you do your thing or whenever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you appreciated your comments and your views, man.
And last week, just for those who don't know, you know what I mean, like how you explained to them you had a surgery, you know what I mean, I would explain to them, well, last week I had more of a head cold, my ears were hurting and all that type of stuff. So it's like even when I talk, even when I start speaking, like you know what I mean, my joints and start hurting me and all that stuff. So it's like, yo, you know, it doesn't make sense. Come on here coughing and all that type of stuff. I already come on eating, you know. So
Boy,
imagine coughing and eating.
Imagine I'll be more accountable than the ministers. Them when I be missing in action, I'll be got to say which part I went and all kind of thing. So I mean, accountability,
So it's more of a
transparency, and all these
transparency, you know what I
things.
mean?
Oh yeah, man,
Yeah.
transparency and all these things. These buzzwords. Good night, Miss Weeks, and happy belated birthday. You know, I hope the
Miss
weekend
Weeks,
was lovely.
Miss Weeks, a I jealous the young bull. That's all I'm gonna say.
Ah, ah.
That that is all.
Oh yeah,
But don't
and
feel
while
to
we
send
on
me
the
a little
late
WhatsApp message.
and while we understand the ladies, I'm gonna say that while we on the ladies, I was just reading there that Miss Lydia Claxton, you understand, one of the first love of my life, man. Miss Claxton has retired from public service. The netballer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I just want to give Miss Claxton, her congratulations. I'm glad she get more flowers. She did a lot for me. She has contributed to us. I wish Little Netball still been up play. Well, more often. Not just when politics are come up. When things kind of dead. I wish. Netball was really going on all the time. But Miss Claxton, as I'm saying, you take your flowers. You have given and given time and time and again. So you deserve it. Mm.
Yeah, man. Man has no respect, to Miss Claxton. Colette, where you laugh for? Slide in me inbox the daddy, bo.
Mm. Listen, I really enjoyed it, right? Feel like I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna say this twice. I'm gonna say this now, and I'm gonna say this before we start, cause I understand something. We're gonna get to Miss Cleon Stapleton Simmons. All the time, me just bring him up and say, "I don't know where you bring him up for." Then last week, all of a sudden, everybody say, "Oh my God, I don't know, I wish you been do it on Tuesday. How come you can't do the thing up on a Monday so I could hear what you say one time?" But it's had a whole week to stew and it's going to stew a little bit longer. No, wait, you see,
Well,
when I
at
get up on
least,
the, wait there, when I get up on the part there, and I'm going to say this now, I'm going to be fair because I've seen a way to get some angles on this, some perspective. Um, But however, and this is especially for Cleone and her legal team, Cleone, some of the things them are jokes, entertainment purposes. You understand? This is not this is an entertaining show. Okay? So just like how Legendary is not a political show, let me just lie on something. This is an entertainment show. And I don't tell you politicians, oh my god, I just be hoping. I just be hoping and praying. Any public figure, oh, you please make an ass out of yourself. You help me. So I just
could we
want
pause?
you need to take a pause. You're not comfortable.
I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable.
Boy, get a pile of blows this week, boy. Um,
Like, like from now on, right? Anybody who miss do an interview, right? And I give them gratitude for trying even to speak during an interview. But the questions are already at your front of your door. You don't expect people to ask you certain questions because you feel like you're maybe mighty or powerful or whatever, and you don't feel like people gonna come with you with certain questions. This when you go on a talk show and the talk show is like about you, you know what I mean? You have all right to talk. You have all right not to read the comments. You have all right to block and delete whoever opposes you. But when you on a legitimate show, when you know people is gonna ask questions and with fairness, you know what I mean? Don't worry, feel like they're gonna attack you. You know what I mean? It's just that they come in with something where you know for sure, which is gonna make sense to you, which you know you kinda I think you didn't have any water to swallow back that spit there with. Next time,
okay.
stay prepared with some bottled water.
I'm not ready for Cleon. So anyway, this weekend. the big thing was in London. You understand the coronation? It was so big, you know when it comes to big things, the premier not gonna miss out on them kind of things. That so he went up, but you better believe Dr. Joe ain't in no stupidness in her life this time. I did not see any BBC interviews with the premier this weekend. I did not even see any interviews with any other small local Indian. Um, I don't even know what kind of station to describe it as. I didn't see any interviews. And you walk with Dougie too, eh? So even if another statement is needed, the Minister of Foreign Affairs was there. But I would imagine still the Premier was able to, as usual, get in some photo ops. I have not seen any of the new photos yet. I would imagine his belly was not showing this weekend. He kept his belly inside. And also, I would imagine he would have sold Nevis because everywhere he go, he sell Nevis. Eh? So I would imagine in the next press conference, we would be told that after the coronation, there was a secret meeting with all of these bigger heads, and Nevis was whole. You understand the idea of Nevis? Um, Big up to Mr. Jones as well. I mean, working very difficult. I saw something where he outlined the importance of the UK market, which is why the very first thing he needed to do was to go to the UK. I didn't read it in full, but he's making moves. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
By Cleon get a technical, flagrant foul, everything in a one, boy. With regards to the coronation story, right? I realized that not just Dr. Joe, but basically most of the Caribbean ministers went up there to speak to the BBC, to shit all over the crown on behalf of us, on behalf of all of us. They went up there to tell them, we want an apology for the acts that they perpetrated during slavery. Dr. Joe, and I see Redman from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Ralph Gonzalez. Definitely, Ralph gonna bang him out. And they were speaking about how we need to be a republic. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Dr. Joe's actual quote was, "We are not actually free under the Queen." Dr. Joe was speaking Yason Tafari language, may I tell you, to BBC. You understand? I show the Rastaman proud as Nevis really developed in the last 10 years. Development, I mean, education system, job security, economy, etc. Given your honest opinion, can Nevis be in a better position in the last 10 years? I would say Nevis is right back. Nevis is right where it was. And I mean, even when you look according to the budget, Van Samering, in that very same year that you're talking about, Mr. Thompson, he was warning the public that the debt had increased to 500 million, and we should be aware. And the premier has taken us right back. Is literally within millions of dollars. We're right back in the same position. So, no, we're treading water right now. Banging water, as they would say. Can be in a better position, but is no.
We banging water right now.
Yeah, so Jason, I know the rest of man was all the time talk about how we're not really free under the Queen. You believe so?
Yeah.
Why do you feel like we're not really free? What do you feel like we are being prevented from doing
Well,
because of
who designed the
ignorance?
Constitution?
I think that the design of the Constitution was a collaborative effort. No, first of all, if we answer the question, let me tell you something. I don't know who exactly. So anybody, I most likely are gonna say I am wrong and full of shit, and that's fair. I would have to believe, though, in my estimation, that it was a collaborative effort between persons here and I would say some English people for certain. But listen, okay, go ahead because I answer your
No,
question. Maybe you have
I'm
more.
just, no, I'm just listening. I'm waiting for you. I'm just reading the comments calmly. Yeah,
Um,
what's up? He's got more planetary resources than 10 years ago.
sad situation when you innovate and not sure the premier has touched that. Being educated with the accolades isn't all. Definitely. I was
Definitely.
concerned when the premier didn't even know what STEM was because I mean I'm supporting him as far as I think he was even saying there's gonna be a STEM week. I feel like that could be a big thing. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, particularly applied mathematics. If your children do any of those, ladies and gentlemen, money. I'm telling you, particularly the engineering part, yeah, that's what we're talking about right now in life.
Hmm.
Um, with regards to the Constitution, though, right?
Yeah.
I would tell you every single constitution in the Eastern Caribbean basically is modeled off the United States Constitution. You know England ain't got a constitution?
Hmm.
You aware of this? England don't even have a
No.
constitution. No, England don't have a constitution. England just got laws. England don't have a written constitution. So we constitution actually model after America. Is America come along with this thing who broke off from England and decide, well, we're gonna do this thing different. And them thing model after the Romans. So I don't know if you want to say how big a Roman laws. But essentially what me I try to tell you is when you look at everything, when you look at all of them, 'cause if you look at the Antigua Constitution, you ain't gonna see nothing drastically different. It was basically a copy and paste. One or two things change because the particular country emphasized that they want those things outlined.
Hmm.
But basically, it was a copy and paste. And a lot of things you could do as far as a constitution, you gonna got to find the model from somewhere. But
Okay.
anyway, I get so and this is the next thing one more I don't know too. If for example, let me ask you this too. And this is a good thing. You see, it's a good thing you got children. So I could ask you this. You feel like your son does feel discouragement, like he can't make it in a life because he ministers when them are swaying, they does pledge allegiance to the queen. You feel like he feel like in a hill, he get hold on, he get fight down because of the queen.
No.
You in a Canada right now, and Canada is in the same position as St. Kitts and Nevis, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And Canada is having the same conversation as St. Kitts and Nevis. And I would want to believe Canada in general, when this coronation thing was going on, did you see people flying English flags and like all them thing there? What was the vibes in Canada? Me not even listen. I know the coronation bit go on because the premier let me to know he is gonna be taking some pictures this weekend. So
The
I
most you hear is the common talk. You know what I mean? Like, everybody talking about Camilla.
yeah,
And
like
that's about
basically, really and truly the only place who I see in the Commonwealth who was like really happy about it was in Wales. Scotland is on the same land because England, Wales, and Scotland is one island, eh? But it's just split up in a three country. Scotland, Scotland, part of the UK. Scotland, okay. Scotland want independent. Scotland don't even want to be in the UK. Scotland want to be part of the EU. You feel me? Oh yeah, and big up Shatter too, because Shatter has the distinction of making BBC. Shatter got a quote in the BBC, laying the BBC, that the Chinese and Taiwanese just treat her better than the Queen. So she know, so she not see. Well, well, like I need the Queen, which is vibes. The only thing I would say, me not see why the Queen has stopped. And the weird thing between when I talk about Nevis, right, and I compare Nevis to Cayman Islands, BVI, Angola, you know what people tell me? You can't count them country there. Cause them they under the Queen, so them they got money. So what me supposed to understand what going on? When you're not under the Queen, you ain't got no money. But the country and them what we may talk about what is more like the same size as Happy basically. Me can't compare them. And them they under the Queen. What the argument supposed to be? If I be want to get from under the Queen, I be not supposed to say I be gonna be better without.
Yep.
Okay.
But,
Is and for everybody talks about the change until they are ready to do. Scotland the same things about the UK. That some yeah. Scotland want to get out of the boy. But let me tell you something. You don't had times in history when England war against France and Scotland depend France, you know? Yeah, man. Scotland want done with this thing. And or as Javan said that is my point as well. Say we get rid of the Queen, right? Which, as me said, I don't see the effect either way. But we're gonna put
yeah.
it on ourselves. We're gonna put it on ourselves now. We're gonna take the responsibility. How come it takes so long to do things like constitutional reform? None of them things that the Queen has stop Barbie from doing. He got a lot of things what we could do for ourselves, what the Queen ain't, you know. How the Queen involvement be? The Governor General going to put a stamp on something and say, wherever I say. The only time the Governor General not put the stamp is when the Premier get the legal advice that they could fire um, Timothy Harris. And the Governor General say, hey, I don't feel like I could put the stamp there so. If we the only difference gonna be if we get rid of the Queen he gonna go to like a president, and the president is
Mm-hmm.
gonna be from here, and we're gonna be a paying. But you gonna got to write down very clearly. And this is which part the reform and the constitutional talk gonna come in is you gonna have to write down and we could fire the prime minister. So that everybody know. As long as we know we could fire the prime minister. Oh,
Me
and
want to
then we
fire the
good.
Prime Minister right now.
Mm. Right, prime minister went up there and tell
Then we'll
every,
campaign on it, but we'll sit down.
and that's what me I say. I feel like the best way for any politician to display that we do not need the queen is to make St. Kitts and Nevis successful.
True.
Understand? Show that we're doing things. Because in a realistic manner, the only thing I see in the constitution of concern with regards to St. Kitts and Nevis and the Queen is that um if England decide that they are going to go to war, then they're supposed to be able to call on people from the Commonwealth, meaning England or wherever else, right? Now, here what me I try to tell you right now, what people don't realize in our life. England ain't fighting nobody right now, eh? England don't rest on them guns a long time. Um, Even the reason why we get independence was because after World War II, England broke. England couldn't maintain nothing. England was losing the colonies. England is not an empire. We know who's the world superpower right now. In England. Even if you look at who compete with the superpower, you know how much name you got to pass before you reach England? It's a small little island off the coast of Europe. I'm not, I mean, well entrenched in the system. Fantastic country. I'm not
Well,
disputing none of that. Me talk about um if here I gonna tell you Judy Cornelius Webb. If England is not doing anything for the country, why did Fian Jones make it his business to go to England first as a priority? He know went to Miami, you know? He know went a bunch of the places where he didn't say nothing about regional travel. He not concerned nothing about no regional travel. He went England. And first of all, let me learn or something. I mean, we got people who are living in the UK, and the UK is all over the place. I always had good experiences in the UK. Me not talk about that. Me talk about empire. No, if we're talking about them business, then no, we're talking about America and China, and the discussion is over. That's it, and that's all. Everybody else playing for second. Well, India right now is a wild card.
Alan,
Mm-hmm.
speaking of the tourism side of it in terms of marketing, I see a friend posted some flights from Miami to St. Kitts Nevis alone.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like if you plan to come to St. Kitts and Nevis, you might as well apply for a job and come the same time. And this, when you come in the Tuesday, you might as well come in the Tuesday, work the Wednesday, or come in the Sunday to work the Monday.
What going on? What's wrong?
The prices, what I'm seeing for the tickets
From Miami? What number are you
from
seeing?
Miami and so.
What number?
You see the prices? I'm seeing like
Not recently.
if I'm not wrong, if Alisa in the comments, you know what I mean, Alisa could tell me about it, but I see up to 2 grand or something so.
It's a good thing me don't mean get that out of the way early. Yeah, that's
I'm gonna see
outrageous.
like 2 grand, maybe 2400 or something like that. And I was saying like, yo, it just cheaper if you go. You come with 3 weeks and maybe work with two.
No, but you gotta remember what taking place at our moments in time. The priority, and the politicians say this all the time, is high end tourism. Part of the spill off of the high end tourism is this is who you want, no? You want who could pay that. You ain't really concerned about me and you, if you see what I'm saying. And then you kind of you look at music festival. Listen, how come music festival marketing is so much better than cultural marketing?
Because music
That's a
festival is
side.
international.
Culturama ain't even striving to be regional though.
Because
What is this strive for Culturama? What we want with a Culturama ultimately? This is just a display the culture for internal purposes. We
um
ain't trying to make this bigger. What?
I feel like there ain't one culture I'm bigger because the thing about it, when it comes to music fest, they rotate the committee. And when it comes to Culturama, it's only one person you know deal with it.
But Abu has been saying that he's. I mean, we don't even have Abu on the show. Abu is like he's gonna be outshot. I think they're
But hold
supposed
on,
to.
how
I,
much is
I,
Shortly?
well,
I hey
when it comes to the
look
premiere,
how
shortly
much
is a long time.
look how much chairman he had for Carnival in St. Kitts since Abo.
I see what you're saying. So you're getting like fresh ideas all the time.
You're getting fresh ideas all the time, no lag ahead analog business dog.
And talk to my partner and we're saying, I don't know why we can't see the culture around my girls. And by the way, um, here's a thing for you to thief, but you only could thief it if you organize a government. So start to write down now. So here what I want to do. Two things. Into primary, when you are giving the trophies, what I want actually do is this. First thing I want to do is I want actually find a calendar and I want to find out when is Easter next year so that I can know when is the holidays so that I can know when is interprimary. And what I want to do with that information that I just tell I want to buy the trophy them before so I don't look like a set of asshole and got over a prize giving ceremony 11 a.m. tomorrow in the hot sun. You understand? So that's the first thing I want to do. I want to do all of these prepared. Now, here's the second step of the plan. When I you doing the actual interprimary, when you're giving the trophy, that's gonna be part of the presentation. So that sometimes we don't have to listen to the commentators and them and fumble over English. You understand? We could actually the commentators then get a little break and they could say we're gonna have the trophy presentation now for the grade one students and I on hieroglyphic and them and I on give these students pictures. I gonna do all of these things. You understand? It's gonna be amazing. Unbelievable. I ain't give me no credit. You know I got to do nothing. Just write down. Just write on me and tell that. In
Um,
addition to this, go ahead, go ahead.
no, I was responding to what I was saying. Oh, you know, watch the Abo interview. Watch it. I don't even need to watch the Abo interview because it's the same old bullshit gonna be happening this year again for Culturama.
Big man. So you see me. giving these people fucking gold. These people are right down, well wanna hear me finish. And you stop me and respond to what the fuck I was about interview. You know, let me finish give the people them the gold. Anyway, come back. Come back. This is the last thing I want to know. Cause I don't get too golden idea. Sexy. Okay? Now, here where the final step be. Now, this gonna take cooperation from the young ladies and this gonna take organization from our part. But if I actually got the girls, I are gonna, you know, unveil them to the I gonna unveil them to the public during interprimary, during like the intermission and so. Like listen, I telling I come make this thing a show, you know. Make this thing an event, bro. You check it out, and then I could still get launch, you know. I like go do launch and opening and all, yeah, everything is still okay. I think I've improved into primary. Free ideas. Oh my god, easy. Anyway, go ahead. Yeah, they need to. The reason why me start about all of this is that's why you see music festival, you know. Right now, really and truly, when you watch culture, you got more marketing by the people and them want to do costume than for particular events. You don't see culture armor. You don't see culture armor doing thing like as you say music festival and announcing this person gonna come and having like a I, you,
You
I don't
know,
know, put on a show.
Alan, because you know who doing the marketing for the people who doing the troop? Young people with ideas. You check it out because they know they have a product to sell, so they got to get it out as quick as possible. You check it out, culture armor tell themselves, you understand me? Oh, the product is there, they're gonna buy it anyway. Not say work. You're gonna encourage more people to buy your product. Not because
So
you
you're
get
saying
50 cents last year, ain't nothing if you get 49 this year.
yeah. And I need to bring Mr. Jones, especially upon the culture armor thing. Because I feel like there's some kind of synergy there available with regards to culture and tourism. Even though, even though the minister with responsibility for everything split up culture and tourism, so he got tourism, and I think Eric got culture. There's room for synergy there. Let us start. Them good.
I mean, like there's lots of room for improvement and all that stuff there, but if the same old husky and donkey cat on deck, you check it out how far I go reach.
Boy, oh my god. Um, ain't gonna way how Dr. Joe gonna be able to like ain't gonna way how Dr. Joe ain't gonna be able to take this in a kind of way, right? What I'm gonna say right now. What I'm gonna say, what I'm gonna say. And even a big shot or nothing. Dr. Joe ain't qualified to speak. Oh shit, I don't see myself getting in trouble. About reparations on behalf of the descendants of West African slaves in St. Kitts and Nevis. He's the prime minister, yeah. But he got certain things where he be here saying the argument. Yo, it is important the words that you choose when you're framing this thing. Um, he got certain things what Dr. Joe said, which is he's saying so and he's saying so because like he's a proud man. He's saying like, you know what I mean? Me a man like yo, me could get you if I think it's never mind that. Yeah, man. Cause he was saying something to the effect of he was saying something he was saying something like reparations are aimed for damages. You know what I mean? We don't need it or something like that. Yo, if we gonna be if okay, let me email now for me, so no, because I could defend my point. Rep, the argument for reparations is a legal argument, and because of that, Dr. Joe want me to leave Tawan there alone unless he gonna get prior counsel so that he could say exactly what needs to be said. Having said that, we're never gonna get any reparations in one farm. What I've been told from somebody in the UK, even a couple of months ago, it's possible we could get things if we're strategic about it. I don't feel like shitting all over England is part of how we're gonna get some things. I feel like we could get through with certain things though. I see possibilities. I was told something. Cause we was talking about the bridge actually and how we could
So that's the strategic move.
I don't know.
I mean, you got so much ways to skin a cat. I get what you're saying. You know what I mean? You could ask for things. You could ask for things behind certain people back and
Who's stick no? Who's stick? Yo, yo. Yeah, but me pan a show right now though. Yeah, boy, 11, yeah. Minnesota.
Alan, you there?
Yeah, yeah. Me thought you stick.
Me thought I used to.
So you jump out as well.
Yeah, me just jump out and jump back in.
Anyway, you got anything else? I kind of feel ready for Mr. Button Simon.
But you know, what I mean, I hope everybody heard what I said earlier. You know what I mean, you got so much strategic ways, and if we do get something, you just tell a brother, "Hey, I got my share, so do what you got to do for your share."
Oh yeah, before I start, I've been want give Mr. Alexis Jeffers a little shine. Should the premier don't give him no shine no more. It's just Mr. Jones I get his shine now. Me go try do a little thing. So Mr. Jeffers, I'm gonna support you here right now. Mr. Jeffers would have put up a post concerning a business I think he said Janice would have invested in. And he said that the people of Nevis are demanding. They are outraged, Jason.
Mm-hmm.
And we demand to know why this business has not started up until now. So, um, is this a legit beef? What you got? But Starboy, that show you for everything on Starboy. He said he said he look like I'll be one produce culture. We could do that shit. Me try to tell her right now. I better believe. I know, and also I'm out of the running to help the ladies for the interview segment, man. You know, things just tense. It's a course you got to deal with me, you know, and you ain't really got to see me. I like how I'm living. That would not affect nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's all about being informed. You know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna walk out the rest. Check.
So,
But
Alan,
yeah, go ahead.
speaking about Alexis Jeffers and
Yeah,
the demand that Nevis people want,
yeah.
you understand me?
Cause
What
yeah,
was the Honorable Janice response?
I do not recall. Did she make a
Well,
response?
the response. Well, I didn't. Let me just put this in a nutshell. Janice's response is basically saying like, well, if you in power, you understand me? You run in the country, you're supposed to know what's going on. Why ask me and you could ask who's in power?
Isn't this a private business?
Even
The
if it's a
government,
private, even if
no,
it's a private business.
no. That if it's a private business and the
Mhm.
government still in control, then we live in a dictatorship. Because let me tell you something. I'm not doubting anything you're saying. I'm just going and telling you what the implications are. If what you're saying
Yes, of
is
course.
true, if what you're saying is true, then we could forget about people coming in here do foreign investment and then kind of thing. Then ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna work. Don't think about it. No kind of way. You check because no care who you marginalize, it's gonna be a problem.
Could
It better if people productive, no care whether you like the man at all. In an Evis.
just don't forget the part, last part. She had to remind them how to spend Montpellier.
Yeah, me tell you, for me the things and them want me to see as gangster, people don't see them so. And I mean I really understand. Cause me dep on a father level, but me not really know what kind of films and me deal with power level. Well, the first couple
Friend,
seasons before he gets sucky.
friend, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to screenshot that post and post it in the chat so Master Control could bring it up because it's lucrative information for the people here watching. So get your ass on Facebook, screenshot that post, that respond post, so we could get it all up. You know what I mean? I want Alan opinion about it because it could be a swing, it could be a six.
But me try remember what I'm gonna say.
And I think the Honorable Janice had done. Speaking of Janice, she had birthday recently too, right? She had a birthday recently.
I think so. I
Yeah,
think
so
so.
happy belated birthday.
Yes, happy belated birthday. Um, you see, some people birthday is a big thing, and some people birthday is just happy birthday, and you know what I'm saying. But so it wasn't like if you got a birthday and it's out there, it might be more memorable than if you have a birthday and it's more like a kind of understated thing, more intimate. You just like a little picture, mommy kind of thing. You
Mm-hmm.
don't understand? I mean, I call nobody name. You understand? I'm just saying, rather than if you have a more. Is if it's a photo up versus if you just got one little picture. Happy birthday to me. I even more is people putting a picture of you and they say wishing you happy birthday. You know what I'm saying? Type of thing. You don't
Well,
understand?
well, if we're gonna do a comparison of that, we could do it too, you know,
You know?
because because the thing about it is, you know what I mean? The person who celebrate, like when we look at both ends, you know what I mean? I only know of one person but because they post up their own picture and post up their own this and post up their own that. And when I do the comparison over here and see, I realize is other people posted that individual's birthday because you know what I mean that's the maximum, that's the respect they got. But otherwise than that, you know, normally people come back after and say thanks and whatever, whatever, you know what I mean? Like the one earlier didn't have to say thanks because everything posts in one day. Everything get post up in one day.
So I'm saying. So I'm saying. So
So you could tell one is more self and one is more respectable. Like
no, we're
you give
gonna
him
we're
respect.
gonna we're gonna we're gonna argue about that later. We're gonna argue about that later. We're gonna as a matter of fact, we're gonna argue about that. No.
See, look, see the post, here, man.
You go ahead and read it. I don't know what it said. Investments and the status of developments and why the government wasting the taxpayer money. By the way, just letting the council is one word Montpellier. Wow. 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 And me going to say something now. My grammar might be bad in this next part here, but this is the trade I decided I gonna make. I ain't gonna make fun of Cleon for no she grammar. So if my grammar is bad in this next part, is a deal. I always give you a deal. Because if I gonna make fun of your grammar, oh shit, no, all of a sudden they got to be perfect. And I got him a little corona. So I might be kind of, you know. Um, Overall, right? Me no feel like that was a good tactic in terms of the people don't demand to know nothing about a private business, Jad. Who he talking about? The people ain't demand nothing to know nothing about a private. The people demand to know what going on with the hospital. We demand to know what going on with actual public affairs, my G. If you want to come out and say, um, Janice is not productive, you're gonna have a tough time. You understand? So I feel like you should have got on the alley there.
Never, never.
Overall, I feel like it was
You
a
sh-
petty thing to do.
I
But
feel like you should have let he go first.
petty is no. Zook is an example for the premier. Zook is an example of where the premier need to go. What you talking about? Zook is a role model. What you talking about?
Go home.
Man, I have a lot of notes. I have a lot of notes, ladies and gentlemen. We have arrived at the Cleon's Table 10 section of the show. Oh, yeah. And I'm gonna warn y'all again. For y'all
Do we
who
need to
can't.
listen to video? Do we have videos we want to play or something? Or we just gonna get straight? I'm not sure.
If it was gonna be the video, it was gonna be the whole interview. So I ain't even gonna do that. You check it out. I listen. I literally have all the questions that were asked to her, and I have all the responses that she made.
Please do.
I'm go- I'm gonna remind again, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't really like the bad word and them, you can make a one or two. Um, I'm gonna paint the picture fairly, and I actually have balanced questions because I listened to Dwyer Astafan. and he brought up some questions. He made some points, and I would like to know what are the general thoughts on these things, because some of the questions are valid. So this is not gonna just be no one-sided thing bashing Cleon. And Cleon, some of the things damn is just jokes. Okay, Cleon, it's just entertainment. For fuck's sake, we just chill, relaxing right now. Okay.
Talk
The first
politics.
thing, the first thing for entertainment purposes, and I don't even see how this is any kind of disrespect. The first note I have is Cleon Kardashian. That's the very first note I have. Cleon Kardashian. And that can't be a disrespect. Kim Kardashian is a billionaire. Kim Kardashian done had several entertaining weddings on TV for our entertainment. She's our kind of people. So Cleon Kardashian has finally come to the stage. It's entertainment time. So, Jason, here what the first thing. Here what the first thing I noticed in the interview. When the lady was asking Cleon, no, this not even gonna be not asked none. She only was saying, she was saying this is gonna be leave the NRP in hot water for the next election. Mark Bentley must be smiling all the way to the bank. But Cleon been a smiling ass boy. You realize that? Now? What, what do you think that smile meant?
Cleo knew what she did to jeopardize the party, so she know she had some sort of part in it.
Well, when I was watching this year, right, it was like, as I tell you, I watching a lot of loyalty test. And sometimes you're watching somebody doing the loyalty test and they're asking straight up, do you cheat on your woman? And you see this man or this woman with a big green cross on their face, listen, yo, let me clear on. And future current politicians and future politicians, when somebody is making a serious statement, you got to know, just like me, when it's laughing time and when it's joke time, you can't put on any kind of big fucking smile. That like a Jason Wave come in and ask you, Jason, you gonna cheat on me tonight, 6:30 with it, and Jason put on the biggest grin ever. Come on, yo. We can't be doing that. So it was just a very, you know, it was a start to tell me we might have something here. We might get them to some entertainment. The first question that Cleo was asked was if she insists on the final say for the senator. Cleo's answer was no, that's completely incorrect. But she said there was an impasse. And by the way, that's the next thing when we had to note earlier. I had to literally get a glossary. 'Cause I had to like find a dictionary. So I had to stop the interview and say, yo, let me go look up to make sure I have the definition so I could tell people. Cause when she says certain words and she explanation, it now come together for me. An impasse is a situation in which progress is impossible, especially because the people involved cannot agree. Impossible. I know what is impossible. I think I can make a statement, but you know what I mean? No kind of dreaming you couldn't even dream about it. You can't. That's what she said. She confirmed that there was an impasse. That one of the thing what she saying that she very first thing. But she says wrong that she wanted final say. Oh yeah, you got some answer. You got some explaining to do, Duka. You know, I realize what going on. You and Cleon, you're Cleon campaign manager. Cause I make a post about this and everybody wanted to know what Alan mean. You understand? And I realize Cleon saying she was giving conditional support for support. So she takes support for support and she just put on a conditional on the front part. I see the link. I said Jason in his ass out here supporting Cleo. So ladies and gentlemen, I got to watch him. He on the campaign team and he helping Cleo. So
Nope.
she would have said conditional support. She wanna saying who the senator is, and she
Nope.
emphasized, and this was emphasized several times throughout the conversation, that in order for Janice to be the opposition leader, she need Cleon. Cleon always was getting back to the point of it. If Janice want to be the leader, need she for sure. Um, Based upon that, and based upon everything what Cleon was saying, and outside of something we're gonna discuss later. You feel like Cleon may want to be the leader of the opposition when you listen to the interview, though?
Based on how me listen to some things and how she reacted to it, you could see part of it says she wanted it and she didn't get it. But then again, by there's so much things were going on, you know what I mean? So it just left you confused. It just left you to one condition, like yo, she looked like she wanted everything.
Okay. Well, let me ask you in a different way. You feel like if the condition was fulfilled, that she would uh she would have been alright?
Yeah.
Well, then that goes against what you tell me first.
But what I'm saying is she not get what she want for that part, you know what I mean? So she don't got something else to pull again because she don't know at the end of the day. She got the final
Well,
say.
what me been a kind of ask you is, you think that a compromise was possible based on if the condition was fulfilled, that she choice?
No, it wasn't possible.
Well, no, you're changing your mind. No, you're changing your mind.
How?
I'm asking you if she would have, if there was any possibility of a compromise. Did she go in there and decide like, yo, I want to be opposition leader, and as opposition leader, I'm gonna be the one picking the senator? Ah, as me say compromise, she could have said, well, I'm willing to work with it.
So listen, you remember you accept one. Remember, basically, she accept the fact that she's not the opposition leader, but she know coming down the road, she know she had to appoint the opposition leader.
I'm doing, you make me go wrong, so wrong and wrong. I mean, forget what I remember. Here's what I was saying. When I listened to that interview, I could have seen the possibility. She convinced me that she not necessarily needed to be the opposition leader. She convinced me of that.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like
Mhm.
she didn't reach a point that she accepted that she doesn't need that because at the end of the day, when it come to that situation where started, you know what I mean? They know they needed she for that.
No, hear what me say no. If she did not want to be the opposition leader and she basing things on the constitution, and the constitution say that the opposition leader is the one who choose the senator, then if you ain't willing to go for that same leadership there, you ain't willing, you can get the second one. If we dealing with the law and all them kind of things, you can't get the second one. And which lead into the
Well,
second part. But which lead
well,
into another thing. Cleon was saying
mhm.
she wanna say. If me suppose okay, you and your girl going somewhere right now. And she said, I would like a saying where we're gonna go tonight. What constitute I say, Jason? Does it say constitute well we eating somewhere what's of fried food, somewhere what's of fish, somewhere what's of Asian. Or does it say constitute, listen, we eating KFC. You understand? Does it say mean we eating KFC and we eating two wing and a drumstick? What does it say? You understand? How far I could go?
Not much.
Me can't say that much. One time, right? The Nevis cricket team was going traveling to Montreal, and they gathered all of us, the players, together, and they made the announcement. They said, "Gentlemen, we're going to Montreal on the weekend." And as soon as they made the announcement, all of the players watch Alan because you always got a player who gonna make sure everything is alright. When they watch Alan say, "This is very good that the team is traveling to Montreal. I will not be available to travel to Montreal by boat. If the team is going to be traveling to Montreal by plane, I'm ready. I'm available. Via boat, I will not be able to sustain." No, watch out. I was willing to deal with the consequences of him. Them, I mean, they say, well, bye, I'll be going to get on board. I'll be just one hour Montreal. Me want to Montreal too. But I want to fly. Then might end up tell her be a couple of days later, we get some tickets and we flew to Montreal. Sometimes, as you say, me accept what I say me, I say for me, in a democratic sense, mean we got the management say, yo, we're going here. Me only wanna say, who say, well, watch here. If I be going here, so I can't go. But you gotta live with what's gonna happen after that. If them man bingo and then go up on the boat, I miss out. If them change their mind, which they did, and I wake up on the plane, me say happen to win out. But it could go either way. Me a one man, what
Yeah,
you supposed to do?
but you're one man not on everybody mind too. Because everybody, as you say, everybody look to you.
But and it come back down to that again. When you wanna say, you got to got a convincing argument,
Yeah, but that's
so
what I'm
that
saying. But she said wasn't much.
and I'm kinda she emphasized democratic process. And that how come me still a try to figure out what democratic process mean.
Because they have their own democratic process and all that type of stuff. Because guess what? If you want somebody, in plain and simple, Cleon, You go back to the convention, you know what I mean? Apply for leadership after you pick your senator.
If if you know, yeah, I want. She said negotiations began. Yeah, this is another problem what Cleon had to. She said negotiations over who would be the senator began before Parliament, and the last set of negotiations was the 29th. Now this gonna come back will be a problem in a claim on life later on. Um, yeah, she gets suspended February the 8th, which is 9 days later, or 10 days later. One of those. She said she was surprised by the sudden stop of the negotiation. This is the part of the interview when Cleon very relaxed, by the way, and she getting off a lot of thing. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
one of the questions what me had in my mind, right? Parliament was around the 20th of February, right? And by the 29th, we would have only had about a month. The question what me ask is this. You feel like the senator would have need time who get a head straight?
I think so, yeah.
Because my recollection was NRP asked where's the budget, which would kind of intimate to me, which was not the case, that you're ready for the budget. But then again, maybe we was asking where's the budget. You know what I'm saying? So maybe we was asking where's the budget, and that's my thing. But I only asked a question there of if the person would have need time to get the head straight, because if Cleon couldn't go in there and give a coherent response to the budget, and end up for the first time in history, the opposition is opposing the opposition, wouldn't the senator have needed time to get in there too?
Mm-hmm.
Me just watch the timing, and the timing is like, at some moment in time, the pressure was bearing. Oh, yeah, boy. No, me can't say all of that, yeah, boy. That's too much. She was suspended for the She said she was suspended from her position. No, from the position she took on the senator, and not supporting Janice. And I find it she didn't dispute it. Just odd. I'll leave that.
Mm-hmm.
The interviewer asked her, why do you feel like you deserve the greatest say? She said she did not hold fast to that condition, but she wanted to ensure that she felt comfortable. Um, and this gonna reflect also upon something what she gonna say later, right? Later in the interview, she talk about how she want regular or ordinary individuals to be represented in Parliament. But clear on a real talk establishment, right? Ordinary people go work every fucking day with people what they don't like and ain't comfortable with. And Parliament is less fucking work clear on car. You know the premier don't run on there all the time. God of vibes. Come on. How often you, because this coming into another question when I want to ask you, Jason. What is comfortable? who Janice would have choose who would have go in there and fucking attack Cleone? What is this comfortable story? Am I wrong? I'm being too harsh? I tell me.
No, it's just the reality of the situation. And ordinary people face the enemies every day.
How much people go fucking Best Buy and don't get on with everybody on this stuff? How much people working at the establishment and the bosses and them know them two people here can't work on the same shift, but they're part of the
Mm-hmm.
same organization. When the company got picnic, you see them in the picture, one on the far side, next one on the next side, regular, ordinary division. Where is this comfortable story, younger work? How comfortable do you need to be? Me only wonder now. Me no know what is all
Mm-hmm.
of this.
You get them comfortable.
And
When you get comfortable,
uh,
you get lazy.
I am not gonna discredit because there are toxic environments where you don't want to work, We don't want to work in a no environment where there is any form of assault, for instance, any intimidation, for instance. She not saying none of them things there. I think she would have spoken about dictator mindset or attitude, and being left out of decision making. And that being left out of decision making thing there, you see that? No, I don't want to ask someone question again. Cleo bring up a beef, which if it is true, I feel like is a legit beef. I want to hear what you say. She said she has been left out of decision making. Number one, you feel like that's true? She said like decisions are made and somebody just come and tells you, oh yeah, this is what going on.
Nah.
She said decision there's like a shadow kind of thing going on, you know what I'm saying? And she's left out of those situations. And if that's true, that's bullshit. But I just
If she
man,
was left out of any decision making, it could be maybe during the suspension.
no, she talking about on a regular basis. She's saying that's how the trend of the party is.
That's how the trend of the party is.
Yeah,
But she
that's the
picked that
trend of the
she was
party.
picking, but she was picking Delvan over X-ray.
Um, well, okay. That really and truly. Alright. Okay, let we get a little interlude. You want to talk about tongue? You want to talk about tongue? I was listening to Dwyer and Stefan, as I said. Um, you bring in the Delvon thing. Dwyer had a heavy emphasis on the fact that NRP make a mistake with all of these women candidates, and he think he turn off some people. That's the first thing I want to get in mind. What do you think? Feel like it was too much all women, women's this and women's that. Did you get fatigue?
Women are born leaders. What you saying, dog? But you see,
Okay.
what happens to you going always gonna got some in the flock go always believe them a boss. And see, and it comes down to sex in politics too.
Um, I feel like I feel like if he was a sexy chef, boy, he was the most politically correct sexist I ever hear, boy, because my God, he pulled back.
I, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll hush.
Um, do I?
I like I know that. I like I know what we gonna come next by.
Um, do ladies. Oh yeah. He was saying, okay, let me give me small little thing pan the first part there. I may believe in a pure meritocracy. Yeah? So if is all woman up there, me not really see no difference. If it's all woman up there and they're doing stupidness, ladies, I need to one I won't get what. 'Cause I remember I went football at the time, and how them man do it. Them you don't know the linesman that get what. So me realize them man I give the linesman what, but the linesman is a man. But when the linesman is a woman, them man I give the linesman a what. No? So me ask them and yo, I will not tell he about him does this. So what going on? I ain't got nothing to ask the lady when she make a bad call. Bye,
Um,
ladies.
Alan,
Y'all will be questioned. Listen.
but Alan, everybody when everybody see the full slate for NRP, I mean, people, people they was tax and all that type of stuff. Like people say, by the one got confusion, and all that type of stuff. So it's like when they see that, no, I mean, like, oh, see the same thing I'll be saying.
Well, Mina, you tell me what people say, Me hear what people say. Then them don't get them say. Me I ask you what do you say. Feel like if I'm being honest, I'm gonna tell you. There was certain times
Like
when I
I wanted the best. I wanted the best for all the women them in the party. You check it out, and like this is the conclusion that it comes on to. You know what I mean? So even though you know what I mean, you have the slightest to your back of your mind. You know what I mean? You just wanted the best. So for me, you like when you hear about it, it's like bye. Especially a man, like you don't already been in certain areas where if our woman were flock up together, they will go got some sort of a confusion between one or two of them, not all. But we just wanted the best for that.
I feel like there's the common thing of saying that if you put a lot of women, because I was saying anything, you put a lot of women together, you must cause confusion, then kind of thing. You know, me, I don't believe in them things there. Because I don't see why it happen when you put man with big ego together too, eh? And it is a very, I guess it's the male version of where it be does it, because it's same way it doesn't work out good.
Yeah, but the thing about it is within the man them too. You know what I mean? You gonna hear something, but you won't find them to show it that much.
Yeah, yeah. All right, let me tell you something. Okay. All right. I feel you. The men are very strong. Um, mm, oh yeah. Do I been say he feel like if them man me run X-ray in town or had given more resources to JD, then maybe Inapi would have won the election. He said if polling was showing internally that he was the better candidate, then he feel like that would have reflect in the election.
So
Did
so
NRP
so
fuck up themselves?
so do you're basically saying that X didn't support JD then?
No, he didn't say that. He's saying that he basically saying he's just the candidate. He just feel like Ronaldo would have do a better job. And I don't decide I'm gonna start to say Ronaldo when I'm talking about politics and X-ray when I'm talking about 5 trees. Go ahead.
So when he talking about that, I mean, if you know if you know Ronaldo had the potential, so that mean we don't hold back resources then from JD then.
Me ask you a question and you just ask me back on question. I
Go on.
suppose. I don't mean answer you and tell you no, but I can change and maybe this gonna satisfy you. I guess so, Jason. I guess so.
I
The
guess
man just
so.
saying. Okay. This is a legend. This is a legend. This is a legend. Okay, so delicious. Well, excuse me. What I gonna say? I don't say no.
But hold on before you say it. Just remember, the last interview in Alden, you know what I mean? He said he was busy handling his personal stuff during election.
Um, Yo, the man is a young man. The man just started a business.
I'm
And
just saying. I'm just
by the
saying.
way, the man started a business in a tough location. The man started a business. This man is competing with gambling and alcohol down the road. Titty, fresh titty across the road. You understand? Brand new girls. And pool board up the road. And Culturama all year round 2 weeks at a time. And I pass you on the musty Saturday night and the man had everything going on. And even down on the beach Sunday, when the beach are closed down, what people are saying, always it is 5 trees. So yeah, you know, catch me with a part there. The man just been started eating and the man had to do what he had to do. What if you are saying that Hina had no Hina give no resources, first of all, you can't make money, fuck off. If NRP even approach extra for money, are you criminals? Fucking crazy. If you're talking about time, um, if you're saying that he should have campaigned more, then fuck off and let me make my point. Because it is alleged that leading up to the election, 2 weeks up before the election, Miss Keynes was still working. Leading up to the election. If Miss Keynes was working and taking care of she family by rights, what the fuck you gonna tell me? X-Ray supposed to be up and down campaigning. Go ahead. The floor is yours. Convince me that he should care more than the candidate.
By alleged.
Big man, what you're saying is, you see, and this is why. If you ever interject, make sure you got something else. Cause that's when you will get pulled up and then I go, the flow is
But
yours and you see you can't do
yo,
nothing with it.
yo, you say what you're saying, no? Like you're saying it's alleged, you know what I mean? So is that like I can't prove it?
This is the
But all
best
I'm
part.
simply saying,
Okay, okay,
all
okay,
I'm
okay,
simply
okay, okay. Let remove her. Let remove. Um, um, could we pause? Could we pause the interview? I don't feel comfortable. So let remove her. You understand? Let me see. Let's see. Let me go far back in.
how do I know so
Oh,
much
oh,
about
oh
these
yeah.
politics? Man?
Oh yeah. Cleon said one of the most. Oh yeah. Before I say this, yeah, too. I want to make a very important distinction, Cleon. I'm not insulting your intelligence. I'm not saying that you are stupid. However, just like me, just like Jason, just like everybody, sometimes we might make a stupid statement. We might have a stupid act. And what I'm about to say is that the statement that you were saying was one of the stupidest fucking thing I ever heard in my life. You can't be serious. Um, Cleon said politicians should not um just be for themselves. It should be self, party, and then people. People come last, and party come second. Yo, let me tell you something. If you want to be a politician, if you want to be a politician, the only time you use the word self is if you want to say self-made. Ain't got no self. If you ain't serving, forget about this thing. And then look, you're not even gonna get a heart who use lyrics. Yes, Miss Charles, you may leave at this
Miss
moment.
Charles,
I
Miss
apologize.
Charles,
I gave you so much warning. I think
Miss
that it is
Charles.
better if you listen to Tell Me, or you could listen to Let's Talk with Weber Herbert, or possibly 106.5 Freedom FM. Those may be wonderful shows for you. This is the
For you to go and
HBO.
listen.
Yes, this is the HBO version, and you're trying to find the ABC News, and we ain't got none of that there for you at all.
Mm-mm.
I mean,
No,
apologize.
you know,
Okay?
you only call it in decent language when you want to find a proper show to listen to. Go fuck your hat. Go find somewhere else with
Nah,
that shit.
you will find another show. There's tons of them.
Yeah.
Very informative, very
Mhm.
politically correct.
I love you, but
Um,
nah. Anyway, back to Cleon.
yeah, you can't be self, and if you're gonna be self got to be last. People first, party, self. Listen, what the motto be? What the motto be? Country above self. Oh my God, this the motto is country above self. Cleon say, no, it shouldn't be just self.
Mm-hmm.
Self, people, self, party, and then people. No, Cleon. Um, oh yeah, she said. Oh yeah, what makes you feel like she deserve a greater say? She said she not hold fast to the condition. Um, she was told, she should support the leader. And that is the regular practice, and she agreed that that is the regular practice.
She agree.
But yeah, that is the regular practice, but not because that is the regular practice. No matter with the regular practice, that no mean everybody got to do it like us. So. And that is
Yeah.
how the condition was held on to. Our next question I had to ask, right? Have you heard any statements from the other candidates from NRP? Pat Claxton with regards to
No,
this situation?
no.
How am I supposed to interpret their silence?
Um, well, she's no longer of the party, so I guess no response is needed if she's no longer a part of the party.
No, 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 no. So just let me ask you a question. If there is a member of Ecstasy Sound who leave Ecstasy Sound and he start to talk about ecstasy business, and one man in a ecstasy and he got it all, how am I supposed to interpret the silence of the other members of ecstasy?
No comment. We will deal with it.
Hmm, I'm going to be fair and let you know in the same way how I would have said, man, play on. If St. Thomas is behind you, then do a rally or something. Let me see St. Thomas is behind you. I feel like if Janice got the support of NRP, it should be seen. But then again, the best thing about all of this, all of my supposing, there's a convention just now. There's a convention just now. So we're going to know what is taking place with regards to that shortly. And also, the premier, Mr. Brantley, you have officially 6 years until you are old, sir. And it's not really 6 years now. It's 5 years, 8 months, 7 months, and some days now. Cause me hear Dwyer say Janice old and he's 60, and the premier 54. So Mr. Brantley, TikTok man, time waits for no man. It's gonna get us all. Say me got mine right. Yes, I'm saying that maybe on full display. Better believe that. Apple man, saying Johnson supposed to talk as the and happy doesn't need to sound like a bad confusion with everybody. Well, me not necessarily feel like you need to, and you see, me not even say talk. Me just feel like I would like to know that if there is a, if this is a period right now where things seem like there's instability, I feel like if there was pictures of them together, that would show some kind of stability. Is the same? Is the same way like when the premier when Sinkis left Zook and Eric, that show you know, got a little instability. That's also. You check it out. We like to see togetherness. We like to see as one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So see Ingrid said Pat spoke about it on your voice. Why is it so important to be comfortable? I already asked that. Um, she said the reason why she was back in X-ray. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. This was some pettiness too. This was some pettiness too. She said one of the things what she didn't like about the whole process was that Janice never sit down eye to eye, one on one with her and ask her personally for her support. What do you think about that? She says no.
What?
She said she never person. She said she was told that she was supported by the executive, but there was never a one-on-one. And you want me tell you the thing what confused me about that then? Earlier in the thing, she said there was meetings even before Parliament. But then all of a sudden, a little later, she was like, "Yo, me never we can't lie, we had no." discussions about the name of the person and them kind of thing there, you know? So I don't really understand what was taking place.
Wow.
Yeah,
I've
she
never really
contribute.
seen an attack when
Yeah, it was strange, as I said, because the very first answer what she had, I tell you, she was saying how negotiations and meetings were taking place. The last one was the 29th. Election was the 12th. So that means in between there. She said definitely no meetings was before election. And she can't recall none after. But this is like about 10 minutes. I think that when the amnesia been start kicking right around it. Um Cleona tell me that she thought because Janice was not to sit down and answer for her suppose to sometime. Yeah, that's facts. Lewis. Um, showing up the new. Oh yeah, she said she was supporting Extra because he has made sacrifices, his energy. I take it back. Ronaldo. His dedication. He showed interest in candidacy, and she do the she mixing the bullshit part, but she feel like he would attract you. And I say it's bullshit because realistically, who you want to attract is voters, whether young or old. You got some young people you there. Real talk. They're not really concerned. And me, man, who I always tell you, I feel like you leverage and I encourage people. Me not even encourage you. Oh, I encourage you, register. Make sure you're eligible. Make sure you're in the discussion. Make sure you're part of the game, you know?
mm-hmm.
That are my opinion. I feel like that would empower you. The focus is not on people. The focus is on voters. I'm telling the people to become voters because they're gonna use you anyway. So it makes sense at least gotta have a opinion, have a say in who gonna do it. Um yeah, she said it was never discussed. She can't recall. Me got I write down I am confused. She tell me Janice is a dictator, right? But she not sell me. I want Cleon. Man, listen, do another exclusive from Weibo. Do an exclusive. I gonna watch that one there this time. I mean, I watch it for so. But do another exclusive from Weibo and tell her exactly how Janice is a dictator. You understand? Tell her all the tell her that you can't even change the temperature on the AC. Janice in control of everything. I just want you to sell me more because it's just I just find it hard to believe, and that's how come I ask about the other politicians them too. If if there was any kind of fault in Janice, I feel like one of them would have said something. But me no know. Me no know. I don't know what's taking place.
That's crazy.
And do you find it strange that with it being a all not even all mostly females, and there was question over whether Janice would be a strong leader, that at the first opportunity when Janice is showing strength, she is being criticized for showing strength, for being too strong. You realize that? Am I totally bullshitting? I literally hear Dwyer Astafan. This is something what Dwyer Astafan said over him out. He said, man, why did anything need to happen? They could have just leave it. So if they may come parliament, did they? And as he said, we just left it, you know, come to a compromise, just left it. if they come today and it been come to the same thing, what would have been the difference? Yo, some of these elders
I think
got to remember society more out there. The
I
sweep under the
think
rug tough.
I think Dwyer was getting information from Cleon and getting getting the information from the other side. So he just was rolling with one side where he get, and he was just practicing his liar license.
I feel you. I feel you. Well, he it was just a consideration. Um, she was disappointed that the executive didn't step in and resolve the matter. Certain things, what Cleon tell me, right? Show me what been a go on. But me I tell people, but listen. Cleon said the last meeting they had, the 29, they had two mediators. If things was already to the point where they needed mediators, then things was bad. Basically, I could say from the first week of January, that might
Hmm.
that might even be too late. Cause mediation now when we bring in people, you know, me can't even the same thing where be she says she want. We can't even have a one-on-one talk. This thing reach on to a stage where yeah we gonna talk, but I need a representative and you need a representative. And your representative know what you want and mine know what me want. That's how bad the thing get. Meanwhile, you got the pressure of time a come. The budget are just is shortly. Me just try to see in my mind where they were at, you know. I wonder if Boston win or lose, boy. Um,
Mm,
needed
Alan,
mediation. What going on?
no, I'm just saying. What time maybe?
11 I soon done, I soon done, I soon done. Sorry. Yeah, me get to the. Yeah, she said that they was unable to speak the week after the mediation. All of that, they're suspicious. Yeah, me tell you why that they're suspicious, Jason.
Mm-hmm.
As me I tell you, there's a time crunch, you know. The time I run down. They say after the mediation, she end up and they say, listen, I will know give up on X-ray and let we consider new people. You check it out. She said the following week after that, they couldn't meet. They couldn't even meet. And then she gets suspended couple days after on the 8th. Now here what me I tell you fishy about that. Jason pressure on, no heat on, no. We got to do this thing. We got to get somebody in there. We go look organized and cohesive and roll out with things properly. We not meet the week after. The strangest thing is Cleon ain't missing no opportunity to shit on Janice or NRP. If them couldn't meet because it been Janice's fault, Cleon would have said so. I know that 100, well, 99%. So the fact that Cleon just put in that they like, oh, we couldn't meet the week after. It make me wonder about why they couldn't meet at that particular moment in time. If he let me go and hear something about she wasn't comfortable.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. I gonna fly to the last one there. He asked him if she ever proposed to be leader. Cleon response. And this is the Nivision response, eh? And this is the entertainment. This is the entertainment part. This is when the notes turn into paraphrasing. Yeah, me done been in there. You know, see, I was re-elected. Okay, me being solo, I was operating in a leadership role. And then she added in this, and this was Cleon. This is when you give away yourself. Cleon said, but it wasn't Sinister that I asked to be the leader, though. You understand? Cleon, you can't put it in the lyrics. Otherwise, I be gonna know. You even introduce the word Sinister. If me here, Sinister is an evil villain. That like a Marvel villain been chase you. You talk about it wasn't Sinister. You can't put it in the lyrics there. You not even let the person who interview put them in and say that them a try chop you. You put it in Sinister. Um. Oh yeah, and by the way, this was the part of the interview. This was when the interviewer they're comfortable and they punching now. You understand? Cleon was getting it from every angle. She said, but Cleon, you realize that you was never the opposition leader, right? You was in the
Yep.
office, but you never been the opposition leader. Cleon response, as I told you, this is a Nivision response. Eh? Paraphrasing. Cleon said, girl, no, me been in there. Me only been a suggest. Me only been a ask some question. You know what I'm saying? You know, then kind of ways when a woman send you a text and they kind of, you answer them a kind of man and it's like, me only been a suggest, Paul. Me only been a ask something. Me not really been a tell you your order. Been a try. Anyway, um, she put it in again. She could have been the leader, but she only could have been the leader under one condition. You understand? You can't be the leader that. Um, the next question, the woman said, "Tell the truth. You realize you're gonna lose power, and you use this as your last bargaining chip, and so you
Your
went in
power
the
play.
NFL, you went in the NFL, and you try Hail Mary. You turn the Parliament in the NFL, and you try Hail Mary, and then this was Cleon. Cleon was getting. She was kind of trying to step on the horse saddle. He don't mean a slipper, but he chased down. She said, "I always have the power. Power resonate with me. Me not been asked Johnny no kind of supporter. She only been asked one senator, not support. Um, so the woman was like, but that's your colleague, y'all campaign together, y'all do this, y'all do that. Um, were you attempting to change the status quo, or was this a power play? And ladies and gentlemen, the status quo is you want things to stay just the same, and a power play. Definition section. A power play is a situation in which a person tries to get an advantage by showing they are more powerful than another. Cleon says it's not a power play. And Cleon went on to describe what she doing and what she doing. As I tell her, if you attempt, here we go, a situation in which a person tries to get an advantage by showing they are more powerful than another. Cleon said, what she been trying to do is the only way Janice is gonna be the leader is with she support, and the only way she getting she support is under one condition: power play. So she answer is no, it's not a power play. And then she description everything why she said
It's a
is a
power play.
power. Oh my god. Um Mr. Willie, get ready. Um if you don't believe, Oh yeah, she asked her if you know even believe that Ronaldo was the best for the country. Then because she said she changed her mind a couple times. She said, then you just been actually frustrated the process. Cleon said, I don't agree. Can we take a pause? The woman said, what? We can move on, we can move on. You on CCM now? Or you just affiliated with them? At that point, she said, but I'm in a way me black Air Force. You understand? I wear my white Air Force. Me not ready for them fighting thing that way be want. You understand? We need to take a pause. She said, then question you too hard. Test you too hard. And then the woman asked her if she running again and what's in her future. And she said, can we stop? I'm not comfortable. She was not comfortable. You know what I'm saying? The temperature wasn't right. I don't want to put this image out there. I don't want to be seen like this. You know what I'm saying? All these kind of things. And it come back to what Jason was saying, man. Cleon, if you want to do anything, they could have come by on Real Entertainment Network. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got open invitation. Somebody let Cleon know, please. Mr. Hamilton. I hope you not let Miss Stapleton Simmons know that she could come on anytime and speak to us. But I got up on Cleon now, but it's time to go, man.
Yeah, man.
It's time.
That's enough entertainment, you know.
Yeah.
And I want to say congratulations to Saneldo Willett.
What she did? She's on the Leeward Islands cricket team. She's playing.
The captain.
Okay. All right. Good night, everybody. Went over
Good
a
night.
little bit. I'll be reached later.
Yeah, man. It was fun. And right now, I'm getting uncomfortable. So could this pause?
Yeah. You need to play the uncomfortable thing, you know.
But do you wish to answer the question about your future in politics and in the district where you won? It's a stronghold for the NRP, and do you intend to contest it as an independent? Have you considered those things? Are you considering an alliance with the CCM? People have spoken of that, or joining the CCM, or simply just having an alliance where you'll be able to get resources to your people in your district. What's the future for Cleon Simmons in the politics in Nevis?
Can we stop the interview? I'm not feeling comfortable.
Okay.
Okay.
This is The Narrative, and I'm your storyteller, Callistra Farrier, speaking there to Cleon Stapleton Simmons, a member of the Nevis Island Assembly, speaking about her expulsion from the Nevis Reformation Party and what exactly transpired there and her future in politics. More when we come back.
Clever. Sorry not Justin Timberlake, write me a river. Lately I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to turn to. Everything was green light, now we got the red. Could've had somebody else choose you instead. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. You tried to convince me it was all in my head, and I felt like it's not you, it's me instead. I wanted to rock with you, roll with you. Said you was my baby girl, then you left me too. Everything was kosher, perfect like a poster. Then I got word that you wanna leave a picture off of somebody else, off with the jerk. Shame on me, I really thought that it could work. Off with somebody else, off with the loser. Shame on me, I really thought we had a. Lately I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to turn to. Everything was green light, now we got the red. Could've had somebody else, chose you instead. I be having conversations with myself cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. Everything was green light, now we got the red. Could've had somebody else, chose you instead.